Nicola Benedetti is a Scottish international concert violinist. She's 25 years old and she's been playing since the age of 4, when she followed her older sister into taking up the violin. I wanted to get a sense of what life is like for her, so I spent time with her on the day of a concert, and as she prepared to perform at the last night of the Proms. Nicola's got a lunchtime prom at Cadogan Hall, where she'll be playing solo as well as with her trio. Nikki, great to see you.
Nice to see you.
On the morning of a performance,
yes.
Do you get up feeling differently?
Well, differently to the morning that's not a performance, but it probably feels more normal than the days that I'm not performing, because they make up most of the days of the year.
How important is rehearsal on the day itself of a performance?
Quite often it's more important to calm your nerves and to give you that reassurance. Often you only get the chance to play in the hall on the day of the concert, or maybe the day before. So for that reason, it's very important. Although that can be a double-edged sword, because a hall like this will change enormously with people. So you sort of rehearse to expect a certain thing, and in actual fact, when it gets to the concert and people are there, everything changes.
Do you have any superstitions?
I don't have any superstitions. I mean, I used to have sort of strange things of, like, you know, where I would walk and stuff like that, but that's when I was much younger, and I've banished all of them. It's not healthy.
Nicola's going to be on stage alone for over 14 minutes, playing Bach's Chaconne, a major work for the violin.
It's known to be sort of one of the great mountains for every violinist to climb at some point. And everyone remembers the first time they heard it, everyone remembers the first time they learnt it. It's a monumental work for solo violin.
Nicola has been performing with Kiev-born pianist Alexei Grinyuk and her boyfriend, German cellist Leonard Elschenbroich, for around 4 years.
The more you play together, there's like a whole unspoken, I don't know, just like a spiritual level of one person that you tap into just by all the million subtle decisions that you have to make within one phrase. We've all played together for years now, and we know each other very well.
It's like you're painting something together, so whenever someone makes a stroke, you then have to reconsider how you're going to continue the painting, because you're not deciding on everything. So something new comes along and then it changes how it looks, and then you have to react accordingly. And that happens on just a listening basis, but on top of that, there is like a spiritual, or even a sort of an energetic, I think, connection between people, that even if you're not looking, and even without listening, yeah, even before you start something, you kind of feel how someone's going to start a phrase, or what tempo they want, what kind of sound.
How does it work being in a relationship and working together?
Very well, I think. Because in a relationship, you can say whatever you want more than with friends or with professional partners, when you have to be more careful. Sometimes that's a bit tough, because you just say what you feel. But on the other hand,
It can hurt.
You can get to the, yeah.
Do you bicker?
Oh yeah, no, I mean I
We
would
used
say
to.
I would say that definitely the only one that suffers from the relationship is probably Alexei more, because if we do get into that bickering back and forth, he's just head buried in the piano, just praying for it to stop as soon as possible.
Is that right, Alexei?
Yeah.
There's a chance for some last-minute practice in the dressing room. Quickly tell me about your feelings now, and are you thinking about the audience at all, or do you shut them out?
Don't shut them out, but I would say take comfort in the audience, because I think audiences come because they love that music and they know of you and they like your playing and wish to come and just enjoy that hour of great music making.
So it's a joint experience.
Yes, it should be a joint experience, exactly.
Really good luck.
Thank you very much.
Let's welcome to the stage violinist Nicola Benedetti. Thank you.
The concert is being recorded live on BBC Radio 3 and presented by Clemency Burton Hill.
I think what's wonderful about Nikki is that not only is she obviously a consummate musician and she brings her whole life and soul to it, but because she's such an intelligent person and because she cares so much about what music is and what it represents and what it could represent for so many other people, she's truly an accessible artist. She really wants as wide an audience as possible to respond to her music making, and I just think that really comes through, and she's just awesome.
I remember a friend of mine saying to me when I was around 16 that he reckoned I was actually quite an underconfident person and had found my voice through my violin, and I think in some ways that's true. I do very much feel that encaptured in my sound and my ability to play is all of me and is every ounce of confidence that I can find in myself, which means you have to constantly work to make sure that you're playing your best and that you feel you're doing justice to, I guess, the talent that you've been given, but doing justice to the music that you're playing. That's not because you fear getting a bad review or you fear someone not inviting you to play with their orchestra. It's a fear of letting yourself down, of letting the music down, of somehow insulting the thing that you've been given.
After the performance, some of Nicola's fans are waiting for her outside the concert hall.
Your name's what?
Maya, M-A-Y-A.
Whatever I would have chosen to do, we were given clear instructions from my mum, even at 4, that if you're going to do the violin, you don't just pretend you're doing the violin, you practice and practice a little bit every day. So it started off just 5 minutes, grew into 10, grew into 20, you know, and by the time I was 9 and auditioned for Menu in school, I was practicing hours a day, and on the weekends would happily practice, you know, all afternoon, and spend a lot of time with my violin.
Was there one big breakthrough moment for you? Was winning the BBC Young Musician of the Year award when you were 16? Was that the big moment for you?
In terms of exposure and on a sort of career front, yes, definitely. The press following that event in the sort of the months after was quite shocking to me. Playing a full concerto live on television is something you have to wait 10 years often, you know, even if you're performing all over the world all the time. It's something that is very, you know, it's a great honour to have the opportunity to do that.
Do you worry that your image as a good-looking woman might get in the way of you being taken as seriously as you'd like to be taken as a classical musician?
I don't worry about that at all. I don't give it a moment's thought. When I was 17, 18, I was doing too many concerts, and I felt under a certain type of pressure that I wasn't totally coping with all the time. During that period of time, I had many doubts and would sort of ask myself why I am where I am, and I felt quite vulnerable, actually, and I think I would question what are the reasons for me having the opportunities that I've had. And it took me to sort of pull back from everything and just study for a good period of time and do a lot less, and focus just on playing, to really find myself again and my core and all my confidence back. And of course you go through many sort of ups and downs all the time, but I think that for me was it was a very necessary movement away from this roller coaster sort of machine that was pushing everything in one direction. And I think since I started performing sort of full-time again after that, it's not anything that I've even questioned or thought about. I'm definitely not going to put a bin bag over my head or try to be dowdy. I mean, I you know, look how I look, and that's that. I think the only thing that you can do is play music, play the violin, be all about music, and every fibre of your body to be as much about music and spreading the word of music as possible. That's what I'm about.